Economic Ninja channel. So let's explain it right here. Hey everybody, Real Estate Ninja here. I hope you're doing great. Economic Ninja is not doing great. Looks like his channel is being shut down right now for things that he shared. So this is the Real Estate Ninja channel. I'd appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. I always set this up as a backup channel just in case this happened because I have a hard time skirting the truth. But looking at the metrics here, this is pretty wild. I did 3 videos on Economic Ninja. The algo has stopped sharing every single one. As a matter of fact, the last video it only shared to 300 people because it was the difference between the time it was uploading the live stream to the permanent portal, you know, on the servers for Google, and that's it. It's done. So looks like that's the way it's going right now. I've got some news for you I'd like to share with you. I'm going to put 80% links to the real estate crash course down below. I was planning on running the sale only till Sunday, but I don't even think I'll be able to get out I think much more past today. So if you don't mind hitting subscribe here, may have to switch over to Rumble. I have been on Rumble for a couple years. Every video I've ever done has been on Rumble, pretty much. And so here we go. Let's keep this together. And just so you guys know, I'm here to share the truth with you and explain how things happen, why things happen, and show you things ahead of time. And I have a feeling I just nicked a really important vein when it came to me talking about the vaccines and the upcoming pandemic. I did those videos this last week. So, you know, a lot of YouTubers said I was crazy, but I care more about you than honestly making the money or doing any of this stuff. I'd be remiss not to share with you what's coming next. All right, here we go. Out of the Miami Herald, Federal Reserve Bank leader defends interest rate hikes, notes South Florida housing woes. And he's going to use this as an example, okay? So remember, the Federal Reserve's job is to try and smash down your job, to get you unemployed, to get you spending less money so that there's less inflation. It's a very dangerous game, and they are playing with fire, in my opinion. It says inflation needs to decline further before the Federal Reserve considers ending its more than year-long string of quarterly interest rate hikes meant to slow breakneck economic growth. The Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta chief executive told a student gathering this week at Broward College. Although he acknowledged consumer price increases have slowed to less than half of their 9.1% peak in June of 2022, Raphael Bostic, CEO and president of the Fed's Atlanta Bank, said U.S. inflation remains more than double the Fed's target of 2%. Type 1 if you think inflation is way more than 2% and that they are trying to hide the fact that they have gotten interest rates are having to go up high because they have lost control. Bostic spoke Thursday afternoon to about 60 seconds at local business leaders at Broward College's A. Hugh Adams Central Campus in Davie. College president Adam Hale, deputy chair of the Atlanta Fed, led a 50-minute question and answer discussion with Bostic. Earlier in the day, Bostic had an informal 1-hour chat with students. The Atlanta Fed is home to the Federal Reserve's 6th district, which covers Alabama, Florida, Georgia, and parts of Mississippi and Tennessee. Pretty wild, huh? He brings up the fact that Florida's housing market is in a slump later on in the story, and he's telling you that, see, they're doing their job. And they are doing their job. They're trying to crush you. And I want you to be forewarned that this is going to get worse going into the future. This story out of Market Insider, $7.6 trillion of U.S. government debt will mature in the next year, and this is going to add pressure on rates. Some bullet points, a whopping $7.6 trillion in interest-bearing U.S. public debt will mature within a year, Apollo's chief economist said. That represents 31% of all outstanding U.S. government debt, adding upward pressure on rates. See, there's multiple reasons why rates are going up. One of them is the Federal Reserve raising the benchmark rate. Another reason is because companies need more and more debt to keep going, and as their credit worthiness goes down, and as it's harder to find money, they have to offer higher rates, all right? And then third, as debt matures, think about the flooding of money going around, the sloshing of money around, the velocity. It's intense, and there's going to be continued upward pressure on rates. It says here, though, that's still below 2020 when debt maturing within a year made up a significantly larger share. You have to remember, rates were under pressure also in 2018, 2019, which was leading to a recession back then, and everything changed, right, when COVID came around. Another interesting story that I wanted to bring up, and this is out of Business Insider, U.S. households are on the brink with excess savings likely to be depleted by month end, the San Francisco Fed says. Why is this important to the real estate market? It is because as people run out of money, they don't have money to buy homes. They don't have money to keep the casino in business. They don't have the money to keep gambling up these home prices. That's why home sales have absolutely stalled. And it doesn't matter if you think your house is worth $600,000. It's not. It's only worth what someone's willing to buy. So I dare you, put it on the market, see if you can sell it for that high price. You can't. I'm seeing so many friends, clients, and other people around the country talking about they've had their house on the market for 30 days plus, and not one person has come to see it. It's one thing if your house is still on the market and no one's putting the offers, but you've had actual traffic flow. It's another thing when nobody's came in. You go to your kitchen counter, you see 0 business cards from real estate agents proving that they've been in there to show your house. This is a big deal. It's going to get larger. Quite frankly, I thought I'd be around a little bit longer on YouTube to be in the middle of it, but it looks like I'm getting shut down. So yeah, that's life. But hey, you know what? Honestly, though, if I do get shut down, there's no other ways to show you that course. So the link's in the description. It's $199. And I put over 30 videos on that. And I'm going to put some more videos towards Christmas. And we're going to focus a lot on foreclosures coming into Christmas. So once you're in, you're in. I'll put that link down below. It says here, savings built up by American households during the pandemic are all gone. This, the San Francisco Fed says. U.S. household savings have fallen from a record $2.1 trillion in 2021. Remember, because there's a mass panic, and then also people had excess money that they weren't going out on vacations and all that stuff because you're forced in your house like a prisoner. That went in there. That was the record to around now. Think about this. It went from a record $2.1 trillion in 2021 to now around $190 billion. In June, per their data. That is insane. It says the excess household savings in the U.S. have fallen every month for the past 23 months and are poised to run dry in the third quarter. In 2021, Americans had amassed a record $2.1 trillion in excess savings spurred by government stimulus checks and a drop in in-person spending. But that had fallen to just $190 billion by June, San Francisco Fed research suggested, and it is projected to be falling at a rate of $100 billion per month. Here, listen to this again. It has fallen to 190 billion, right? 190 billion. But they are expecting it to fall at a rate of 100 billion per month. You got less than 2 months left, and nobody's going to have savings. That's what they're saying. Less than 2 months. Our updated estimates suggest that households held less than 190 billion of aggregate excess savings in June. There is considerable uncertainty in the outlook, but we estimate that these excess savings accounts are likely to be depleted during the third quarter of 2023. That means we're already there. And I do believe that. You're not going to find out the next set of data until mid-October, till quarter three's done. And I believe you're going to see they're going to announce it, and it's going to be in the middle of all this crisis. There's no more money in anyone's savings. It's gone. It's been wiped out. It's absolutely insane. As of July 2023, the U.S. personal savings rate stood at 3.5% below pre-pandemic averages. So before the pandemic, we're now worse than before the pandemic. This is bad. A drying up of savings could have wide-ranging effects on the economy, and some analysts believe it would hurt consumer spending as extra cash runs out and student loan payments restart in October. Our estimate of excess savings for U.S. households when adjusting for inflation is now fully exhausted from a 2021 high of 2.1 trillion, with risk of widening imbalance if outlays accelerate. The point being is this: we are looking at a really bad scenario, and this isn't doom and gloom. This is really happening right in front of you. And it's interesting, as I projected in the beginning of the year, that everything comes down at the end of September, and now the channels are being shut down. For me, warning you for reasons why, that I believe in the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you're going to witness with your own eyes. This is going to happen. But you know, I gave it my best shot. I thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being a part of this. If you could hit the subscribe button and the notification bell and the thumbs up, that would be great. I don't know if it'll work or not. I'm going to put those links down below to the real estate crash course, and I hope everybody has a great day. The Economic Ninja, and I know I said it that way, and the Real Estate Ninja are out.